Quick announcement for you guys. Tomorrow, around 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be live with UFC 288, Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. Come hang out. Let's have a good time. Enjoy some fights. Hope to see you there. Hey, what's good, everybody? We back with another face-to-face reaction. This time we got Deji and Swarms. Let's check it out.
Swarms, I'll begin the conversation with yourself. We've seen this amazing transformation. Your last fight, we didn't really get to see too much. You got the job done quickly and early. How much of a test to you is Deji?
I don't know really, man. I know Deji's got better. I've seen him fight Fuzi. I know I'll absolutely knock Fuzi out. So I don't know yet, innit? But I feel like the test is going to be against me because it's going to be a very hard fight.
First thoughts from what Swarm said right there. Swarm seems very, very confident. But Deji, I'm more focused on Deji's demeanor. Deji's smiling. He's looking like he's holding in a laugh. Is Deji taking Swarm seriously? We've seen in the past Deji not taking fights very seriously, and it's come to hurt him in fights. Is he taking this fight seriously?
And unfortunately, obviously, I trained hard for that fight. Ryan obviously didn't train like he said. He underestimated me, and unfortunately, he backed out with one punch. I thought he could have gone on, but yeah, man. Obviously, his eye was hurting him, so yeah. But now, obviously, I could show what I've trained for, and obviously, I got more training, so yeah, man. It did work out in the best because no one knows what to expect from me. You know what I mean? So yeah, May the 13th. You'll see.
That's true. We don't know what to expect from Swarm still.
What to expect. Let's move that conversation then on to Deji, who I think has just been sitting there, just watching the screen and just taking in what you were saying there. Deji, good afternoon. How's training going? How's camp going? That kind of thing.
Yeah, camp's good. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm just chilling really. Like camp is the hard part, the fight is the fun part. So yeah.
Does that mean you're in the middle of the hard part right now?
Yeah, I mean, the whole campus is always hard. Yeah, I always want it to be hard. So yeah.
What do you know about Swarms as a fighter?
Not much really, but that's the fun of it. That I'm not going in there knowing I don't know anything. I don't know what to expect. So it's gonna be fun.
So Swarms, one didn't go his way quite heavily, and then one did very, very quickly. Yeah. How do you plan for that?
I mean, it's like sparring. You don't really plan for sparring. Like you just go in there and see what happens, and then yeah, done. Yeah.
Deji is right here. His team is gonna have a tough time game planning for someone like Swarms because they don't really know what to expect. We haven't seen much from him. We've seen that he's improved a lot technique-wise from the KSI fight, but we weren't able to see how much Swarms has improved because it only ended in one punch. So this can really benefit Swarms in this fight. Deji doesn't know what to expect. Deji could get flustered in there.
How do you feel about Swarms as a person? Like, do you know, how well do you guys know each other? Is this any way something that could boil over at any point? Because I see you sitting there and just watching him, listening to what he says. What do you feel about him? Is this any way of a personal fight for you?
No, of course not. Like, I have nothing but respect for Swarms. Obviously, like him getting in the ring, that's something many people they say, "Oh, I can do it," but they can't do it. A lot of people they talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. And I respect Swarms for actually walking the walk. Obviously, like he had a fight with my brother and everything, but I mean, I don't mind Swarms. I don't mind him. Like when he does his diss tracks and everything, I find them fun. Like
hey,
I know.
Are you ready for the next one?
When is the next one?
Bro, it's coming, man. It's coming.
All right,
it's coming, man. You better have one ready, you know. I've seen you do your diss tracks before, you know. I've seen you do your diss tracks.
Yeah,
I'm ready for you, man.
Okay, all right.
No, man. May the 13th it's gonna be crazy, man. Like it's a good story because obviously I've won one fight, Deji's won one fight, and it's like a thing where like obviously Deji's lost more than me because obviously he's fought more than me, but it's like a thing where we're coming back, we're on the rise now, innit? So it's just like a mission that we're on. So it's a mad anticipation. Everyone wants to see it. I see everyone online calling us the GOATs. We're both for the GOATs. So it's just like it's a crazy matchup, innit? Everyone's raring to go. this is like the main event. Apart from the kid, this is the main event. Like everyone's
Yeah.
saying, it's the main event. So like,
No, I believe this is the main event. Honestly,
yeah, man, this is the main event. He's been training hard. I've been training hard. So just it's gonna be crazy, man. I can't wait for it. Fireworks.
So with this fight, I think the timing is a little bit off. I understand where they're at in their boxing careers. I think the timing is just a little bit off. I think this fight, the matchup is much, much better if before Deji fought Floyd Mayweather. After Deji fought Floyd Mayweather, it's hard to find a proper opponent for him, especially in the influencer boxing scene. Like who would Deji match up with after Floyd? And matching him up with Swarms, it doesn't look good, but I can kind of see what Swarms is talking about here. They're both are in similar situations, coming off of losses, on their way up. But after fighting Floyd Mayweather, I just think Deji's a little bit above Swarms. So it's interesting that this is the matchup that they decided to go with.
Last time out, we mentioned him already, and I don't want to give too much focus to him, but we can't not talk about Floyd Mayweather when he's been involved in your opponent's last fight. And Deji landed on him significantly, which is something that a lot of real world-class fighters haven't been able to do. I asked him what he can take from that fight. I assume you've seen that fight. What did you make of it? And what did you learn about him that you have to watch out for?
Obviously, I saw positives and negatives. Obviously, I don't want to say the negatives, but the positives is that he got in the ring with Mayweather. A lot of people will not get in the ring with him. He's powerful. He's the best boxer ever. And he's shared the ring with him. So that's huge respect. Anyone that jumps in the ring, got to give respect to it. Not a lot of people have fought Mayweather, and not a lot of people could say to the people that they fought Mayweather. So that is good. But yeah, I did see a lot of negatives. I don't know if he's cleaned up on it now, but if he hasn't cleaned up on it, I will rectify them on fight night. I will rectify them. Like, the good thing with me is that I train, but I don't give a lot of content. I know KSI was saying like we should do more content and that, but I don't really give content with boxing stuff. So no one knows what to expect from me. But I've been putting in the work. Like, it's crazy. I've been living this. I've stopped music for like 5-6 months just to train, because I know I knew after the Ryan fight there was gonna be another big fight coming up. So I've just been training in the gym, man, religiously. So yeah, man, everything I've learned, made the fighting, putting into practice, 100%.
I really like this approach from Swarms. He seems very prepared. He seems very confident. I really like this from Swarms. It seemed in previous fights, he was all about trash talk, and you know, the trash talk can only bring you so far. It doesn't really show that you're necessarily confident, but here he looks very confident. He looks like he has a game plan, and he looks like he's with a good team that developed a game plan for Deji's flaws. So I think this fight, not looking at it now, this fight might be more interesting than what I was thinking. Let's see if Deji's got anything to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, every fight, even every fighter has negatives. Like a new way, you have him where he leaves his lead hand down sometimes when he's just throwing bangs. Everyone has negatives, but you know, obviously, yeah, I have to rectify them and everything. So, but I mean, yeah, I'm just waiting for the fight. I mean, I'm May 13th exactly. I just want to fight. So yeah.
This is the typical approach we've been seeing for Deji lately. Not really wanting to say too many words, not really talking much in these interviews and press conferences and things like that. It's hard to get a read on him. It's hard to really tell if he's working hard, if he's really serious about this, if he's taking this fight serious. It's hard to really get a read on him when he's giving such short answers. But I kind of like it, because I'm sure Swarms is having a hard time getting a read on it too. So I think it could be playing in Deji's favor here. It could be messing with Swarms' mind just a little bit. He's very hard to read.
Swarms, tell us a little bit about your journey and what kind of fighter that makes you. Because like I say, we didn't really get the chance to see it against Ryan Taylor. What kind of fighter are you?
Bro, I don't really want to give anything away. Like, KSI said it, like, I'm powerful. That fight against KSI, it changed my whole life, like the way I think. Like, I was too big-headed at that point. I actually thought boxing was like a laugh. I could actually, as a rapper, I could come in the ring and just smoke KSI. He's the game on, like, it's easy. That night changed my whole, the way I think, the way I train, the way I live. And that's why I just got ready now. Like every single fight, I'm just ready to go now. Like I just know it's war. Obviously, I know Deji's training. I've seen the clips and stuff, which is very good. I pick up on a lot of things. So yeah, man, it's great, man. H Boxing is a top coach. He's got world champions. He's got Mick Conlan, Irish champion. He's got Kurt Walker. We've got the Eubanks as well in the gym. So like, I'm always around professionals training with them and that. So it's just like being in that environment. It's changed the way I think, the way they work. They got me working. They don't let me slack. If I slack, they're on my back. So it's crazy, innit? It's just a thing where like I've picked up on what they do now, innit? And it's just helped me a lot. And I feel like it's gonna help me a lot in this boxing thing, having this professional influence behind me.
Swarms is exactly right there. Having those guys in the gym, they'll definitely inspire you to work a lot harder than you would if you were just around regular people every day. Those guys work hard. And Swarms is probably feeding off of that, which is making him work just as hard or trying to work just as hard, which is going to benefit his boxing skills tremendously. And you're going to see great growth from him. So I'm very interested to see how he comes out looking this fight.
What kind of fight are we expecting now as opposed to maybe a year or two ago?
Really, I'm not. I'm just here to have fun, honestly. Like, with all the knowledge that that I know of, like where he trains, Adam Boost gym, all of that. That's fine. Like, I don't fear no man. The only man I fear is God. So yeah.
How does this fight go, Deji? Do you think it goes a distance? Are you looking to stop your man?
I mean, it's boxing. Anything's possible. I could have like a big bravado and be like, oh, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. This, that, blah blah blah. But
be confident, Deji, man.
I'm very confident. I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to have fun, bro.
I know, but you're gonna knock me out. Are you gonna?
It's a possibility.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Ask me the question, Chris.
Same question to you, Swarms. How does this fight go?
It's not going past round 3. It's not going past round 3. Round 3 is done.
Why?
Yeah, and one thing with Deji, I've seen in the past, and I hope you've trained. I hope the cardio is there, my brother. I hope your cardio is there. I hope so. I just hope your cardio is there. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm there, man. I'm there. The cardio has to be there.
Swarms,
your cardio has to be there. I'm telling you, it has to be there.
See, there we go again. Deji with the calm demeanor, not really wanting to do this back and forth like we normally see in influencer boxing. Deji just, paying respects and not want to say too much. And Swarms just straight up saying it's going in 3. It's going in 3. I don't know. It's so hard to read Deji. It is so hard that you can't really tell if he's really confident, if he's really taking this fight seriously. I mean, I'm sure he's confident. But it's hard to tell if he's really taking this fight seriously. It's so hard to tell. And you can see Swarms. Swarms seems like he's taking this very seriously.
He says it's going to be a brawl. Are you ready for a brawl? Would you rather it be more of a technical boxing match, or are you happy to just go in and throw down?
I'm just going to fight my fight. Simple as that. That's all I have to say.
Swarms, these are cards close to chest tactics. Are you able to read anything from Deji? Is this a mind game already?
Bro, it's not even a mind. It's not even a mind. Like at the end of the day, like we're both getting in the ring, so it's not no mind game thing. It's just like yeah, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a fight, isn't it? Like we're going at it. See blood, everything, man. Like we're doing it for the people, isn't it? Like 4 rounds, we'll go out in 3 minutes. Let's go.
Where does the winner go from here?
Me, like I don't know, innit? Like I'm on the rise up, innit? Like this is my 3rd fight. So the only thing I would say when I beat Deji, I'm grabbing the mic and I have to call out his brother again, innit? Because I had 2 weeks notice before, but now I've trained hard. I've done a better chance now, so I have to, innit? I have to call him out.
Deji, same question. Where does the winner go?
Upwards, I guess. I don't know. Upwards. Yeah. I'm just here to have fun, honestly. Like this whole boxing journey, it's done numbers for me. Like it's instilled discipline into me and everything. So I love this boxing thing, and yeah, I know what I know, and Swarms knows what he knows. So yeah, we'll just see what happens May 13th.
We can clearly see the difference between Deji and KSI. KSI is more in that promoter type mode when it comes to his fights. He's willing to promote these fights. Deji just wants to fight. He just wants to get in the ring. So I kind of like that, but at the same time, this is the influencer scene. I like the trash talk. We like the back and forth. This is different, but I don't know, for this scene, I kind of like KSI's approach a little bit better, or in this case, I like Swarm's approach a little bit better. Extreme confidence, showing it, saying you'll be done in 3. And it seems like Deji could be trying to play this little mind game with him, but it seems like it's not affecting Swarms. It seems like it might not be working. But I don't know. Like I said, it's very hard to read Deji, and I'm sure Swarms is having a really hard time too. So I'm not sure what Deji's thinking. If he's just doing this just to mess with him, or I'm not sure, because this is a fight. He's gonna be in a fight. So it's odd seeing KSI one way in preparation for a fight and seeing Deji another.
Deji, is Swarms the toughest test of your career to date? I mean, you've been Floyd Mayweather, but this is a bit different. That was an exhibition. This is something that you want to build on.
I mean, I'm not underestimating Swarms 100%. So we'll see.
Okay.
Really, we'll see if he's the test or not.
Swarms, the biggest test of your career?
This one, yeah, kind of one of them. Yeah,
I think
I
you
would
were
say. I would say.
for the KSI one, given that it was short notice.
Yeah, like that one, I went into that one knowing as kind of like I was not gonna win, kind of. But this one, like this one's a test because now, like, there's no excuses. There's 2 weeks notice and that. Like I've trained, I've had the practice and stuff like that. So like, yeah, this is one of my biggest things. I ain't gonna lie. And if I do get it, it will be crazy, innit? So yeah, man, I'm ready to go. I'm hungry. So yeah, man.
Would you, just while we begin to wrap up, start with you, Swarms, if you were to look into the camera and give a message directly to Deji, which I think he might be in his kitchen there. Give a message straight to him in his kitchen. What would you say to him?
I'm just gonna say, Deji, I hope you're ready for May the 13th, because yeah, it's gonna be one of your tougher tests. 100%.
Deji, to sign off, the same to you.
Swarms, all the best. I respect your journey, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So takeaways from this face-to-face. Swarm seems very confident. He seems like he's worked up a game plan, and Swarm seems like he looks like he's ready to go. I might have underestimated him a little bit. I was leaning heavily towards Deji, but I don't know. After watching this face-to-face and seeing Swarm's demeanor, hearing what he has to say, sounds like he's got a game plan, and he's got a good team behind him to build off on that game plan. Deji just being very unpredictable, being very hard to read. It's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. You want to promote your fight. But Deji just looks like he's here for a good time. I don't know how I feel about this version of Deji. It's hard to tell whether he's taking this fight seriously, whether he sees Swarms as a joke, or if he thinks he's just going to run through him. It's hard to tell. We all know Deji is probably thinking something in his head, but he just doesn't want to say it on camera. What do you think it is? How do you think this fight goes? See you in the next one.